What the fuck going with y'all boys, man? It has been a long hiatus, but it is for good reason because we are back. It is Christmas time. It is January 1st, 2027. We are into the fucking future. If you are a betting sicko, if you are a sports junkie, if you love hoops like I do, Summer League is one of the most entertaining times of the year. And I am a college basketball fanatic, so I thrive off times like this. This is definitely like my fourth or fifth summer league that I've been heavily invested in. So I feel like if you want some free game, if you want some sauce, this is a perfect guide for you if you are going to be betting these summer league games. And I got it ranked in tiers: OP, elite, straight buckets, decent, mid, weak. You know, with these rosters, they don't like to really release them till the day of the game, which is fucking ridiculous. But I'm gonna do the best of what they give me. Some rosters might only have a few players. I could try to reference last year's summer league rosters if there's barely any players. But I feel like with watching summer league for these past few years, I kind of got a general feeling for these teams. But we won't get straight into it. And if you fucking with this video, drop that like, drop that subscribe, because we is giving belt all year long, and I'm giving content like this all year long. Who's doing summer league breakdowns? Nobody. So fuck with me and tap in. Now let's jump straight into it and shout out Hoops Hype for the rosters. I tap in with them every year for the rosters. They're the only place that really be accurate with it. So, hey man, let's jump straight into it. In the first team, the Atlanta Hawks. You got Ray J. Dennis, Zuby Ejiofor, Kingston Flemings, Keyshawn Gilbert, Zeke Mayo, Isaac McNeely. They got some hoopers on this team. I am not gonna lie, and I feel like with the draft that they just had, it was pretty elite. And Atlanta is definitely trending in the right direction post Trey Young. So with this team right here, I definitely feel like this is a straight bucket team. I'm not gonna lie, I'm seeing a lot of quality players with a lot of good college players from throughout the years, and I'm excited to see how Kingston Flemings does. I wasn't too high on him. There was a couple of guards in the draft that I had higher than Fleming, but I rock with him. He is a bucket, and I'm cheering for Atlanta. I do want to see them do well, but there's a lot of good quality players on that team, so I do think they are buckets. Now Boston, you got Chris Sinak, you got Tucker DeReeves, you got Dylan Mitchell, Chuck, Milos Uzan. This is not too crazy of a team, but Boston is one of those teams that are pretty well coached. So I would say this is a decent team. Like borderline mid, but a decent team because the players that they do have isn't just like weak as hell. You feel me? Like they can hoop. It depends what other players fill up their roster too, and they usually always hoop well. You know, they got the good system over there. So I'm gonna say that's a decent team for Boston. And then you got the Brooklyn Nets, and they are deep. You got Bilodeau, you got Mikael Brown that they just drafted, Igor Demon, Grant Nelson, who is one of my favorite players in the past, Hunter Salas, that was one of my favorite players in the past as well, Danny Wolf, Ben Surratt. I feel like this is an elite team by Boston. I said Boston, by the Brooklyn Nets. I'm fucking with this roster right here. It's just in the regular season they can't get it to click. I feel like the organization is kind of a mess, but they do have some good quality players here on this roster, and I can see them actually contending to win the whole summer league. I can see it here with the players that they got, but the organization is so damn messy. I don't know, but hey man, cheering for the Nets, bro. They got some players. Now the Charlotte Hornets, who just won the summer league last year, and as you can see, they got Christian Anderson, Kylan Boswell, PJ Hall, Haynes Steinbach. This is this is a decent team, bro. Decent team. I mean, I just feel like Charlotte, they're dumb as hell for trading LaMelo. That was so mind-boggling. The Timberwolves are gonna be raw as hell, but I mean, they did cook a little bit with the draft. I can't say that. They got some good players on this roster, so they're not really mid, but I don't really see them doing what they did last year, bro. Last year, some league team, they were going bananas. And then you got the Chicago Bulls, who is low key cooking a little bit. You got Tobio Walker, you got Jalen Sellers, Jalen Swain, Caleb Wilson. With they only giving you six players here, but with the six players that I'm seeing, I feel like they are giving buckets. I'm a big fan of Jalen Swain, bro. He is nasty. When he was hooping in the playoffs, or not in the playoffs, in March Madness, he was going crazy. I'm not gonna lie. He is a good finisher down low. I feel like he can do it on the defensive end too. That's gonna be a sneaky player to watch out for in the future. Now you got the Cleveland Cavaliers, and this team is mid. I'm sorry. The one player that I rock with is Malik Thomas. That's the only one I'm really like can see as gonna probably carry this fucking team, but I'm not really stunting nobody else on this roster, bro. I don't know what Cleveland's doing for real. And then you got Dallas Mavericks. This roster looks worse than the Cavaliers. Morris Johnson, he's decent, but everyone else, nah, I don't see it. This team is weak as fuck. I'm not even gonna lie. Got Denver Nuggets. Got Brazil, Bryce Hopkins, Mark Mitchell, KJ Simpson. This is a decent team. This is a decent team. I cannot lie. I like some of the players that they got here. Brazil, one of my favorite players. Arkansas, I always fuck with my Arkansas boys, my Calipari boys. So I'll say this is a decent team. They did the damn thing with that one. I ain't gonna lie. Now, Detroit Pistons. Only giving you about 5 players. Okori is a bucket, but this is a mid roster. I just can't lie, bro. I'm not. There's no one that's really a standout. They're not really doing too much. I feel like they do got a gem in Okori, but anyone else, I'm not stunning them at all, bro. Golden State Warriors. Sheesh, they are fucking loaded. Nick Boyd's decent. Dixon Waters is decent. Graham Ike is decent. Yaxel is raw as hell. Nemhard is raw. Richard is raw. Wade Taylor is a good bucket. Yeah, this is an elite team. I can't lie. Golden State, they know what they're doing, bro. They know what they're doing. And that roster is looking crazy. Now you got the Houston Rockets. And this roster is questionable with the 5 players that I'm seeing. Bruce Thornton is a bucket, though. I will give them that. I rock with Bruce Thornton, but yeah, this is a weak team. I ain't gonna lie to him. Indiana Pacers. Let's see. Let me see. I see some noticeable names: Kita, Tamron Lipsey, Braden Smith. Yeah, their ass is terrible. I ain't gonna lie, bro. That is a weak team. Yeah, I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong too, bro. Like I'm not gonna say I know it all. I know every single player that I'm seeing on these lists, but what I am seeing is no standout players on some of these rosters, bro. And maybe someone shows out. Maybe those older players that show out, they go bananas for 30, 40 on the young jits. I mean, I'm gonna have to see it though. But off first glance, Indiana is looking weak as hell. Now you got the LA Clippers. You got Kugel. You got Lawyer. You got Baba Miller. You got Kean Walker. My fucking dog. My point guard #1. And this team is looking like buckets. I ain't gonna lie. This team is looking like buckets. As you know, Wagler, I feel like they set it up for him. He is the franchise changer for the Clippers, bro. He has got that Shea vibe to him. But Clippers, they love to trade off their young players, bro. They got to start keeping them young players and just start going dummy, bro. But it looks like they are after they shipped off Kawhi. So we're going to see how they go from there. But that team is full of buckets, I ain't going to lie. Now the LA Lakers, they got Avila, Cameron Carr. It's a decent team. It's a decent team. I ain't gonna say it's mid, but no one that I'm really like mind blown off. I do think Cameron Carr might be a underrated player that can show the fuck out though. He got the bounce. He looked like he was shooting it pretty lights out. I'm fucking with that. But Lakers, we're gonna see where they go. Now the Memphis Grizzlies. You know they got Cam Boozer. You know they got Kareem Lopez. Mashak is kind of decent. This is the mid team though. I'm not feeling that at all, bro. I mean, Boozer, he's gonna do what he do, but it is tricky to see how Boozer develops in the NBA because his game in college was more of a physical, down low, bully ball game. He's gonna have to be more of a Swiss Army knife, be more facilitator, be more of a defender. Even though he played good defense in college, but he's gonna have to do like a little bit of everything on some like Draymond shit, bro. He's not gonna be able to just bully everyone down low like he was in college and in high school. But with everyone else that's filling up this roster, Memphis, they look lost, bro. I'm not really feeling them. Now the Miami Heat, Conwell, Donaldson, Golden, Keyshawn Hall, Michi Johnson. They got a little squad. Trey White. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, this is buckets right here, bro. This is buckets right here. I can see Miami, showing out. We don't got no OP teams yet, but Miami is looking like they got some shit going. Now the Milwaukee Bucks, as you know, Nate Ament, Braden Burries, Malik Lewis, Boopy Miller. God damn, they are loaded, low key. That is an elite team. I'm not gonna lie. And I'm excited to see how Nate Ament does, bro. He is a fucking hooper. Burries is a stone cold killer too, bro. He knows how to get to it, so I'm excited to see how he does well. Now, Minnesota Timberwolves, you got Isaiah Evans, Kaufman Rand, Mahaney. This is not a good team. I'm sorry, but I mean, Minnesota though, as you know, they made some trades. They're looking to build now. It doesn't really matter to them what Summer League does, but I'm not really seeing nobody crazy. Isaiah Evans though, he's lights out, bro. Ain't no telling what that man to do. But Minnesota ain't talking about nothing. And then you got the Pelicans, and this team is looking horrible too. Yeah, no, this team's weak as fuck. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, bro. I'm not seeing nobody that I'm really stunting on that roster. Melvin Council's decent, but yeah, no, I don't see nothing. New York, they only got 4 players listed, and you got Tyler Nickel. I mean, Sellers is decent. But New York, they just want to chip. They don't give a fuck about no summer league, bro. But no one that I wouldn't personally bet on the Knicks for summer league. I ain't gonna lie to him. And then you got OKC Thunder, and this shit is looking elite. Got a Daymara, always Sturts, Wilkerson. Yeah, bro. This is an OP team. This is an OP team, and it's just typical, bro. That's just how OKC get down. I mean, I feel like they always take over in Summer League too. Even when they did have those down years where they weren't contending for championships, they always had them good Summer League teams, bro. And Bennett Sturts is gonna be one of those steals, bro. He is disgusting, bro. That white boy could hoop. I ain't gonna lie. And then my Orlando Magic only got 4 players listed, and they all fucking suck, bro. Renew, he's alright, bro, but nah, that team's weak, bro. He ain't doing shit, bro. Disappointed in them, bro. Traded all that shit for Desmond Bain, bro. I'm disappointed in them boys, dude. Don't got nobody to look forward to. But got the Sixers. You got Duke Miles, LeBaron Fallon. That's a good backcourt right there for the Summer League. And just off them 2 buckets right there, I do feel like this is a straight bucket team. I ain't gonna lie. I'm messing with that. Fallon is a bucket. Now, Phoenix Suns, they got 3 players listed, bro. That is actually insane. I mean, Phoenix is one of those teams where this looks like a mid lineup here, but in Summer League they always weirdly do good, bro. I'll give them like between mid and decent, bro. I'll give them like a decent, because Kobe's nasty, Horberg's nasty. I'm not really sure on the Corey Camper kid, but yeah, Phoenix is one of those weird teams. Like they had Kobe Brea last year going bananas, and they always have those weird older players in the mix in Summer League, and they always do pretty decent. So that's to be determined, but I'll leave that as that. And then you got the Trailblazers, and this 4 players all weak. I ain't gonna lie to you. That is a weak team. I don't know what the Trailblazers are cooking, but they did make some trades. They got Ja now. I know they're looking forward to the regular season. The regular season, Portland's gonna be one of them squads, bro. But that Summer League roster ain't it. Sacramento Kings, my boy Acuff. You got Del Orso. You got Caravan, Emmanuel Sharp. This is a good team right here. This is an elite Summer League team. And Acuff, he got the keys. I know he's gonna show the fuck out. If you are playing fantasy basketball, you want to go get Darius A Cup. He's gonna have all the usage. He's gonna go bananas. I believe in him. He's stone cold killer. He's the next fucking Allen Iverson, man. I'm saying it here first. I'm telling you, I'm putting you down. All that, man. Now the San Antonio Spurs they got some quality players. You got Malik Brown, the RJ Davis, Gillespie, Tyon Grant Foster. They got some good players right there. I ain't gonna lie. Terrence Reed, Quintons, but he's probably not playing. This is a bucket team. This is a bucket team. And San Antonio, they're always coached pretty well too. They're probably gonna do some damage. They're gonna want to develop some of them players that they picked up. Probably get a steal or two out of that roster. So that's a bucket team right there. I ain't gonna lie. You got the Toronto Raptors, and this team looks pretty weak. I don't really see no one I'm really excited to see for real. Yeah, nah. You got Graves, he's nasty. Hepburn, he's decent. But that's a mid team. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know what they're doing with that, bro. I don't know what they're doing with that right there, twin. And then you got the Utah Jazz, and holy shit, they are fucking loaded, bro. You got Max Abmas, he's nasty. Jonas Ido, Ace Bailey, Eric Dixon, fucking Darren Peterson, Wage or Owagu, however you say his name, he's nasty. Cody Williams, bro, this is fucking OP, bro. Jazz is really like that game. And they're always like that. I feel like every summer league, they always go bananas. Like, you had Keontae George a couple years ago, or whenever the fuck going nuclear, bro, every single game. Jazz is one of those teams. I feel like they are the next OKC Thunder. They're going to break out. It's only a matter of time. They've been drafting well year in, year out. Now they got that team that I feel like is just bound to break out, bro. Don't be surprised if they make a deep run in the playoffs in the regular season. And don't be surprised if they win this whole summer league, bro. This roster right here is sick. In their regular season roster is fucking disgusting. So I'm rocking with the Jazz. That's the new squad right there. The last team, Washington Wizards. They got some good players. They got the Leaky Black. You got the DeBonsa. You got Julian Reese, Seth Trimble. I would say this is a bucket team. This is a bucket team. I ain't gonna lie. You know, with the high picks too, though, you never really know because they try to sit them out after a game or two just to see what they gonna do. And we don't really got the full rosters, but this is what my tiers is looking like, bro. You got the OKC Thunder and the Jazz that are probably the highest odds to win it all. And then you got the rest of the field, bro. The Kings and the Nets are good sleepers. All these elite teams are good sleepers, bro. But hey, like I said, any of these teams could beat each other, bro. It's a fucking war zone when it comes to the summer league, but it's gonna be a good one. I hope y'all fuck with this video. I'm going to be making predictions on odds for the summer league futures, and we're gonna be making some bets, bro, and clean up. Hopefully, I go to Vegas for summer league, make a vlog, do all the, do everything, and we into the next, man. So, in and out records. I'm gonna fuck with y'all later. If you fucked with this video, drop that like, drop that subscribe. I'm out.